All right, well, we will start at 7:08. I will convene the members' assembly meeting. Welcome all. Thank you for joining. Unfortunately, again, we joined virtually. However, I think we are finding ways to re-engage together safely. So looking forward to hopefully seeing everyone here in the near future. I'm lucky to actually have some of our USA curling team with me this evening. We had a board meeting earlier today and another one tomorrow. And so it's great to have staff and directors here with me. Thank you all for joining. Thank you also to Gordon McLean, our Secretary of the Board, and Members Assembly. Every year, no matter how large the agenda is a huge undertaking for him. So thank you, Gordon, for everything that you do. And with that, Gordon, I will ask you to call roll, please.
Okay, and if I could ask Steve at his end just to take note of who the guests are that are not going to be called out as delegates on the roll, I would appreciate it for the records. Okay, I will go through by region alphabetically and any individual clubs within that region that have separated their votes. And I will give the number of votes as I call out the person's name. So starting with Alaska, Bill Greider, 0 votes.
Here.
Todd Eustace, 425.
Here.
Benj Guzman, 156.
Here.
As part of separated out from Grand National, Coastal Carolina, Sarah Allen, 20.
Here.
Brett Jackson, Great Lakes.
Present.
1,001 votes. Sandra Takata, 0 votes. Great Lakes. Midwest, Sarah, you're there, or Sandra, you're there. Okay. Sarah Gom, Midwest, 216. Sarah. Mid-America, Nick Myers, 423. Excuse me, 432.
Present.
Minnesota, Mark Byer, 403.
Here.
Mountain Pacific, Sonia Montero, 229.
Present.
Broken out from Mountain Pacific Wine Country, Katie Feltman, 77.
Here.
Washington, Jim Pleasance, 0.
Here.
Wisconsin, Dan Lilla, 431.
I am present.
At-large
present.
clubs. At-large clubs. Eric Boyden of Aspen, 0 votes. Kevin Gear, Campbell County, 0 votes. Casper, Dean Borrell, 0 votes. Brad Whitlock, Curl Vegas, 0 votes.
Here.
Evan Liu, Mid-South, 0 votes. Peter Dome, Southern California, 0 votes. Okay, we have 3,174 votes present. A quorum is 2118.75, so we have a quorum.
Excellent. Thank you, Gordon, very much. And I will appoint you as parliamentarian for this evening.
So noted.
Certificate of votes and proxies, I believe already occurred.
That email went out several days ago. The only change from that email that went out was 6 days ago, Great Lakes changed their vote allocation from being split evenly between Brett Jackson and Sandra Takata to Brett holding the entire Great Lakes delegation vote.
All right, and as mentioned, we do have a quorum this evening. So again, thank you all for joining. Our first item for the agenda this evening is the approval of minutes of, and this time around, we have 2 members assembly meeting minutes to approve. So the first one will be our November 14 meeting. And as we did last year, we will do the same. I will call for a motion, a second, further discussion. And after that, I will state if there are no objections, the motion will be adopted by unanimous consent. If you do object, please state so at that time, and Gordon will then call a voice vote for each delegate. So do I have a motion for approval of the November 14 minutes?
I approve.
All right, thank you. A second?
I second.
Thanks,
Bill
Bill.
Brighter.
Excellent. Any comments, questions, additions?
Missed the original motion. Who-
I believe
Sarah.
Sarah.
Okay. Thank you,
Coastal.
Sarah. Thank you.
All right, hearing no additional comments or questions. If there are no objections, the motion will be adopted by unanimous consent. Okay, very good. Second set of minutes from our December special members meeting, December 16. Do I have a motion to approve?
This is Dan. I would move to approve those.
Thanks, Dan. Second?
I'll second those.
Thank you, Sonia. Any further discussion, comments, additions? Okay, hearing none, if there's no objections, this motion will be adopted by unanimous consent.
So noted.
All right, very good. Thank you. Thanks all. All right. Well, again, thank you all for joining this evening. When we all came together nearly a year ago, I think none of us would have imagined that we would still be virtual, but here we are. And while this past year has certainly tested us all in unthinkable ways, we are still standing united by our commitment to continue to grow the sport that we all love, curling. And I think certainly many of us have thrived in the most unprecedented of circumstances. Some of you on this call represent parts of the country that had the fortunate opportunity of opening successfully and ran leagues inside your clubs, while others had to obviously endure a year of shutdown to appropriately accommodate local regulatory entities. No matter what camp you fall in this year, our USA curling team has been working hard for you and all of our stakeholders to ensure our members and our athletes are supported for what comes next. The following 6 to 9 months is what we've all been waiting for since the last Winter Olympics. And through everyone's hard work, battling issues, bringing opportunities to fruition, USA Curling is certainly ready. We're ready to support our member clubs with the growth opportunities. We're ready to support our athletes as they prep in a safe environment as possible to ensure the right to represent USA at the Olympics. And we're ready to provide the critical support to develop America's greatest curlers for the future. With the support of the amazing staff, the board is confident that USA Curling is posed for great things for the future. Exposure of our sport to the rest of the country is certainly multifaceted, and many of you of this call assist with this every single day, and I thank you for your commitment and support. Your volunteers at your clubs, at events at your clubs that are hosting our events from a national perspective across the country, parents, coaches, officials, ice makers, all of you is what makes curling so special, and I thank you for that. I want to thank Jeff, our CEO, for leading his team and the organization with incredible focus and vision. They've worked to ensure the organization is in a great position, and they're ready to support all of you in the awesome year that's ahead of us. Our agenda this evening, there's an election of new board members. And I would certainly like to thank those that are leaving the board, including Doug Potter, Garrett Perry, Roger Rulett, and Rob Shelton for their service to the organization. Some of them have been on the board for a number of years, while others just one term, but it's a commitment and I greatly appreciate that. I also look forward to working with those on the agenda this evening, and certainly in the very near future, including a meeting tomorrow as we convene another board meeting in the morning. I'm certainly eager to see our member clubs open back up throughout the country, and we are here to support you. I am also so enthusiastic for our athletes. The Olympics are very special to me, and I know we have done everything that we can do to ensure our success in February. So I think all we have to do is certainly get ready, because this will certainly be an exciting rest of 2021, an exciting opening of 2022. Thank you for your support and for participation, certainly of this evening in our governance structure. And I thank you for everything that you do to ensure that curling is at the forefront of the growth as we prepare ourselves for future success. So with that, I will turn it over to Jeff for his report.
Thank you, Courtney. Yes, another crazy year for all of us, and as we continue to work towards opening up this fall, want to thank each and every club for all the hard work they put into this year. We're excited about our future, certainly with the Olympics just around the corner, but we clearly still have to work through an environment that is very much about COVID and around safety and security for all of our athletes and all of our club members, all of our volunteers, ice crew, all the members of our ecosystem that makes it such a fun sport for us to all be involved in, but also one that takes so many different pieces to pull together. So thank you for all of the hard work that's been going on. As you probably know, as we lead into a Beijing Olympics, there's a lot going on this fall. We're here in Cleveland for our last of our Olympic trials qualifiers, leading into our Olympic trials for both mixed doubles and the men's and women's, first in Evelyn, Minnesota, then in Omaha, Nebraska, which, a lot of the planning is already well underway for those two events. You probably noticed that we had to make a most recent switch from Irvine to Evelyn for our mixed doubles. And that was really just a function of needing to create some real certainty and safety around COVID, and the ability for 18 of our 20 athletes to just drive instead of fly was a huge piece of that. And we did that in consultation with the U.S. Olympic Committee and their chief medical officer. So a lot of moving parts, but I would say from an Olympic point of view, our athletes are focused and excited, and certainly still having plenty of challenges to work through, but very much committed to representing our country at the very highest level. And so we're excited about the opportunity in Beijing. As we open up our clubs, we get excited about men's and women's nationals in January, and then mixed doubles in March. Senior women's, senior men's club nationals, so much going on. And I think what we've proven, and we've all worked so collaboratively together, is that we as an organization and we as a sport can operate our sport safely. We can still have a great amount of fun. There are some accommodations that we're having to make through COVID, and how that might limit some of the people on the ice or broom stacking or whatever it might be. But I think the most important thing is for us to all come through this together and realize that there's still great times to be had, and then much better days ahead. So with that, I think it's, we're excited for this members assembly once again, and to have new people coming onto our board and new clubs to be approved. It shows that the sport is still in a very good spot, and we're looking very much forward to a really bright future. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you, Jeff. And any questions or comments there for myself or Jeff? All right, we will move on then to the consideration of full USCA membership for the following clubs. I will share my screen with just a PowerPoint so that it's easy to view who those clubs are. And again, we will I will call for a motion and a second, and then discussion, and no objections. We will approve by unanimous consent. If you do object, please state so, and Gordon will call for a voice vote. So a motion for consideration of full USCA membership of the following Pacific Northwest Curling Association, Last Chance Curling Club, Road Runner Curling Club, Steamboat Curling Club, and Rock Creek Curling.
This is Brett Jackson. I so move.
Thanks, Brett. A second?
I'll second. This is Nick.
Thanks, Nick. Any further discussion or comments?
Courtney,
Yes.
I don't know if this is appropriate now. Can we have a roll vote on these?
Sure, Sonia, no problem. Any other discussion or comments? Okay, Gordon, could we please have a roll call and we'll go down the list. The first one is Pacific Northwest Curling Association. And again, this is a region application replacing the Washington State Curling Association with the new name Pacific Northwest Curling Association. So all those in favor, aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, very good. Opposed?
Opposed?
And abstain. Okay,
Okay, I'm hearing only Sonia as opposing.
that is
Wine Country.
Wine Country, okay, thank you. If those are the only opposing, then the motion carries.
okay, thank you, Gordon. Next one up is Last Chance Curling Club. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed?
Hearing
abstain.
none, that sounds like unanimous.
All right, very good. Moving on, Roadrunner Curling Club, MACA. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, opposed? All right, very good. Moving on, Steamboat Curling Club, another MACA club. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
No nays? It's unanimous.
Okay, excellent. Our last MACA club, Rock Creek Curling Club. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right. Gordon, any comments or questions there before we move on?
I'd like unanimous on that also. So all memberships have been approved.
All right, excellent. Well, congratulations to all, and certainly happy to see a number of clubs being added, especially in the last year. That's fantastic, and certainly great to see MACA growing strong. So congratulations to you, Nick, and to your entire team. Our next item on the agenda is election of USCA directors. As I mentioned, we do have a number of transition seats, and in the course of Governance 2.0, the confirmation of these seats from at the regional level by members, assembly delegates, was approved to ensure that there was confirmation of these seats by all of the delegates. So that is why they are on the agenda this evening. I will just run down the list. Charlie Brown is from the GNCC. Terry Gleason is from Wisconsin. Roger Smith is from the Dakotas. And MACA, it's one of our combined regions. And Daryl Horseman is from MOPAC, Washington, the new Pacific Northwest Curling Association, and Alaska. Do I have a motion? Well, actually, before I do that, I just want to say I appreciate the effort and the hard work that was done by those regions that work together to have each of the combined region seats filled. So thank you for that, and certainly look forward to you sharing some of the best practices that you came work through to get to the candidate that you have. So with that, do I have a motion to approve?
Brett Jackson, motion to elect all of the applicants nominees.
Thanks, Brett. Second.
This is Dan. I would second that.
Thanks, Dan. Any comments, questions? Okay, hearing if there is no objection, we will adopt and elect these 4 directors by unanimous consent. All right, very good. Well, we are happy to see them all come on board. And as I mentioned, we do have another meeting tomorrow. So it's a new director meeting. And these individuals will be taking their seats. So we're lucky to have them here in Cleveland with us. And so we will be doing some additional business. So thanks. And I'm sure that you will be seeing them in the future. Gordon and I do not believe that there's any old business. Is there any new business?
I guess I would just add that I'd like to notify all the regional presidents that you will be getting formal notification of the board's action this afternoon of passing the new governance 3.0 materials. That will go out to you, and per our existing bylaws, there's a 30-day period during which anyone may voice questions regarding that. So that 30-day period the materials are already posted on the website. I'll get an email out to you all this evening. That 30 days will start with that email.
All right, very good. Any other new business?
This is Nick Myers. I have a question. Is there going to be a notification or do we have sites and dates picked out for different regional event or national events? I mean, like club nationals, arena nationals, those type playdowns. I can't seem to find them on the website, or the dates are gone. Does anybody know that answer?
Yeah, Nick, I don't have the dates right in front of me, but yes, we're going to Gillette, Wyoming again, which was, as you probably remember, was previously scheduled and got canceled for COVID for arena nationals. Club nationals, we have not finalized the plan for that yet, but we are in final conversations with one club. Men's and women's nationals is in Cedar Rapids in January, and mixed doubles nationals will be in Madison in March. Those are still all to be announced, but they're all finalized. Senior men also in Exmoor outside Chicago.
Okay, great.
Yeah, thank you. And look, as long as we're on we are still looking for a place. We thought we had one for senior women, and that fell through. So as you guys think about it, senior women in January we're looking for a great home for them as well.
Where was clubs again? Club men's and women's?
Clubs is still ongoing. And so we
Oh,
hope.
okay,
to have
that's
that
ongoing,
finalized,
okay.
Yeah, right away. It'll likely be in early April.
Great, thank you.
All right, with that, any other comments or questions? All right, hearing none, I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you all, and I hope you're able to join some of the live sessions tomorrow. Otherwise, they will be posted for future reference. Have a nice evening.
All right. Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.